Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on tonight's episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, for those of you who may have missed the last couple episodes, we have been doing a great number of really cool things on here. We are charging up our batteries at the moment, and we're going to check out some of the new things that they've added to the game, such as the new interface for the quest, the missions that you get. And you can see if you click up here in the top right corner with the left mouse button, you'll see the quest that you have available here. You can actually switch between them, so you can have them set up for just one. I don't know if I like that one too much. I do like it. It's cool, but the way they used to have it, you could have 3 quests up at the same time. You could see all the quests. It did get a little bit messy up there. Like, there was a little bit too much on the screen, which is, I think, why they changed it to go with just one. But not knowing what the other ones are, you could bypass them fairly easy, while being able to have 3 up there was kind of a nice little thing. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out. Maybe at some date they'll let you have 3 as a choice, or 4 or 5, however many you want available up there. And in that situation, you can choose to clutter up your screen if you want to. But I think they're trying to streamline it. Same thing with switching sides. So now you can see over here, it shows you what your TerraTech corporation level is. So you got level 2 on the GSO and level 2 on the Geo core. And we are just wrecking this guy. Is he dead? Not quite yet. He still has a little bit more on him. These 2 pieces are really not all that great. But you know what I will do is I will switch out one of these wheels for one of these wheels. Come on, there we go. One more. Ah, oh, jeez. That's what happens when you click the mouse button. And that's not going to do it. Come on. One more. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I'm kind of going with this pattern on one side. Eventually, we will come over here and do the same thing on this side. But I think we're going to pick this up because it's worth a little bit of money. And right now, we could use a little bit of money. Oh, yes. I think he's going to blow up. There we go. And we can come over here and do the exact same thing with these wheels right here. Just give ourselves a little bit of variety. And some of these wheels do different things, guys. So, like, these little small wheels are really good for kind of picking up the slack underneath your bot, is the way I found it. While some of these other ones with more tread will give you more traction. And then, of course, some of these other wheels right here, like the second one on the row, this one tends to give you a little bit more weight distribution because it has that extra little bit of bar that goes up there on the top. And it seems to just kind of push things up a little bit. So that is really nice to just kind of throw some variance into your bot. You don't need to. It's not one of those things that if you don't do it, your bot's going to fail and it's just not going to work very well. But it does help out. And holy crap, this is... yeah, we got a couple more guys over here. And I think we have that... oh, let's see. Okay, who's going to win this fight, guys? Actually, oh, here they come. They're not even going to wait for me to watch what's going on. Oh, yeah, look at the missiles shoot off over there. Yeah, okay, well, the downside to this is we're going to get into a semi-big fight here with 3 bots, and then we have that invader over there that we got to go wreck. So we'll see how that works out here in a minute. Somebody was letting me know in the viewer comments, guys, that you do not get your SCU until grade 4 on your SCUs, or, I mean, GSOs. A lot of little acronyms to remember, but yeah, you don't get that till grade 4, so that's why we have not seen it just yet. Come on, destroy this dude. Oh, yeah. What are we going to get? We're going to get some kind of crate here. Let's see. Let's move this off to the side. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so we got a few items there. We'll take that. We'll take the buzzsaw. That's going to be worth a little bit of money. Not really going to be worth anything on those. So let's go ahead and snag these. Just for... Ooh, yes, we'll take that. We'll snag these. Let's get some wheels back here. There we go. And we'll get the rest of these, because we want to make more of our base, and we're not going to be able to do that without more blocks. So even though we're not keeping these on our guy, which is why I'm doing this in kind of a haphazard way of blocking my resources there, it's only going to be for a small time while they're on there. So... let's see, we're going to add some wheels. so that they can't touch the ground. This is stuff we're going to be selling when we get back to our base. The wheels anyways, not the blocks. We'll throw these on there. Oh yeah, nice little chunk of change off of this. And we still have the invader to get too, so yeah, that's going to be a thing. Let's go ahead and throw that up there. We're going to go all the way across so we can throw another wheel on there if we can. Do we have any more blocks? No, we have no more blocks, so we'll have to wait until we get to the invader to do that little bit. Actually, some of these wheels can replace some of these. No, I think we got everything over there that we want. Okay, so that's good. Alright, let's just go ahead and fill this up with junk on the back. It is nighttime, so we may end up bypassing the invader for now, because there's no way we can charge up and take that guy on with no light, no solar generators. Anything else? Yes, there is a couple of things. Dang it. This is going to weigh me down. I will be surprised if I can actually move after the end of this. Alright, let's get some of these weapons on here. Weapons are things that I don't really need for this guy anymore, but something I will need for the base, and there's quite a few just kind of sitting over here. Let's get these wheels out of the way. Alright, book it, guys. Let's do our thrust. Not very much of a thrust, but we do have a booster in there. Only one weapon over here. I thought that was all weapons. Alright. Well, our power is dwindling, so we're going to leave that guy alone, and we're going to go after the quest itself, which is destroy the enemy tech group, which is what we actually just did, and we got something out of it. Oh, okay, so that is not even there. Nice. Okay, well, there are some some glitches in the game still, as you guys can see. Some of these glitches will be fixed, and some of them will not be, as you you know, get updates. And sometimes you have to restart the entire game before some of the glitches in your game are fixed, even though they've already been addressed in the new patches. And we current mission jelly harvester, so we got 25 out of 40 on that one. Just need a few more and we should be good. I guess it gives you a little update, a little, you know, explanation mark up there when you update something. So if you get 25 out of 40 and then you go to 26 out of 40, maybe it gives you that little thing saying, hey, you've gotten something, keep an eye on that. Here we go. Oh, all right, so I missed him with my my missiles, but that's all right, because I like being able to get pieces off of these, and if you hit them with too much powerful weaponry, you will lose everything. Okay, what are you gonna give me, guys? What are you gonna give me? Something good. Not really all that great. Oh, well, you know what? I'll take that. That is actually going to be interesting. This is a guard post tower type thing. And what are you? What are you? I have no idea what you are. Let's put you up here and take a look at you. You are a GSO alternating conveyor. Okay, well, we'll definitely take that. We'll put that over here with this guy right here, which is going to be another part of our base. And weapons. We'll take all the weapons. We'll even take some of these little tiny blocks. I mean, we've kind of been going with the Geocore ones instead of the GSO, but, you know, we do have some GSO ones already down on our base, so we might as well snag a few of those. And this is going to be, yep, we're going to take that. Let's kill this guy off as well. Yeah, this game is going through a lot of changes right now, guys. So if you've been gone for a few months or a year and you come back and you're like, oh my god, I don't recognize like 90% of this, it is going to be somewhat of a shock to you. Oh, of course you came back there, now that I can't hit anything. Come on, turn. He's just faster than I am. Found my Achilles heel, did you? That's alright, it seems like if I run away from you, my weapons are actually able to shoot back in that direction. So you're going to die bit by bit as you chase me down like the fool you are, and now I can just sit back here and wreck you. I was gonna leave you alone, but after all of that, nope, you are gonna go down, and I think you're about to blow up. Yes, you are. Okay, now my shields are gone, so let's head back to base and turn all this stuff in. Really make some money here, because we're at 4,361 block bucks. And we need a lot more. What we want to buy is a lot more conveyors, so that we can set up our base the way we're trying to. So we'll have one side that comes in and refines the ore, another side that comes in that has just the unrefined ore go through it. And we also, on the refined ore part, we wanted to be able to spin around and go around in circles, because what was happening on that was it was getting bogged down, where some of those pieces weren't getting refined and they were kind of clogging the system unnecessarily. So it does require a little bit of tweaking, and those conveyors are fairly expensive to buy. So you can either get money from a number of ways. You can kill invaders, which will give you, the way I look at it is, you're getting paid some sort of like royalty or fee for destroying really big tough dudes that other people have had problems with, because I think invaders are probably harassing everybody. But yeah, you can get money from that way. You don't make too much money out of that. You make a few thousand or something. You could get money from selling blocks, which is definitely an option for blocks that you don't need or probably won't ever need. There are, when I play the game, there's just weapons that I don't tend to use very much past a certain point, because they're just not as good, in my opinion, as some of the other weapons that are out there. So melee weapons such as these are definitely one of them. I will eventually make a bot that uses the drills, but as far as like the plasma weapons go, they serve a purpose. They do have a point in the game. They're fairly cool weapons, but in the grand scheme of things, like if you have missiles and you can shoot from far away, then a close quarter weapon is not going to do you a whole lot of good. You're going to get destroyed. You're going to get owned, and it's not going to be a good day for you. So yeah, I tend to go with more of the long range weapons than anything else. So definitely, make that for what it's worth. You will use the things that really kind of interest you. And I've seen some people out there make some really, really cool melee bots, but they get owned. They get owned fairly quickly. So let's see. We're going to put these right over here in the back. Can we make it go in the back? Yeah, we could if I didn't click the button too fast. There we go. Alright, so this is going to keep coming off in this direction. Let's see. If I do that, will it all pop off? It will not. Okay, good. Yeah, we're going to keep going off in this direction. We're going to go this direction quite a ways before it stops. And as you can see, they can kind of climb underneath. So this is where these little pieces kind of come into play. You don't necessarily have to go all the way back with these guys. But, yeah, that works. And I'll change up the design of this stuff later. Like if I drop this on the ground, put it back in there. If it will let me, and it won't. There we go. It will automatically change so the stripes are going one way. And, that's more of like a anal thing, just like it doesn't really make that big of a difference. None of these sides are stronger than others. I've never found that to be the case on any of these. So if it is, you guys will definitely have to let me know. This thing right here, you can buy pieces from it. I've never found a difference between the GeoCore terminal from the other terminal, the GSO one, which are a lot smaller and easier to carry with you. So if you like the way they look, definitely go with it. But if you are more of a, I just kind of want to take up as little space as possible and as little weight as possible, then definitely kind of consider the size when it comes to those. All right, so these guys have shields on them, or not shields, but repair bubbles, so that's good. Let's get rid of this. We are going to put down some of these blocks over here. So what do we got? We got this. I'm going to add this right over here to the side. This is where we're going to put all of our blocks that we're not quite sure what we're doing with yet until we come over here and redesign our base. And this says it does need a bit of a redesign to get it working, but we have room to do that. So I think in the end it should be fine. This guy is going to be attached. No, get out of that. This guy is going to be attached to, I guess, right over here. Nope, that did not work at all. Come on, back it up, guys. Back it up. I know you got it in you. He's heavy. He's heavy. Oh, come on, come on. There you go. Sweet. Okay, so it seems like, again, if you're hitting back and left or back and right at the same time, sometimes it just goes left and not back. This does not want to attach here. Like it is, but it's not. So, maybe you can't attach it to a base. Maybe it has to be off to the side. So if it's going to have to be off to the side, we'll just attach it right there, and we'll leave it there to kind of patrol the area. In fact, we'll throw some weapons on it for now. Now, normally, you'd probably want to cover this thing with blocks and throw a couple shield generators on it and some batteries. But, you know, for now, we're just going to go ahead and throw some weapons on there and see how it operates while we're gone and if it does anything good. Okay, so now we need to find Crafty Mike. That's the next one that came up. Or we can come in here and say we got hostiles. What's going on? We also need to get our shields so that we can get that going again. Or our power blocks, I should say. Let's try Crafty Mike. Crafty Mike was the quest that kind of messed up on us because of something. Like, it was just, it's a problem that was in there that tends to happen from time to time. And yeah, it's just, we're going to see if it's fixed itself since the last time we played. And it has been a couple weeks since we played. I do guys have to apologize for that with all the stuff that's been going on. I kind of got into a you know, mindset, or not a mindset, just a habit of playing one game, which was EverQuest. And I was, you know, really enjoying just kind of sitting there and relaxing and not having to do too much with that one. But, you know, I did kind of forget about this one a little bit, and I apologize for that. This is a very, very fun game. It is one of those ones, though, that, I don't know, you want more than just an hour to play. Like, you want a whole bunch of time to kind of devote to it because it is such a in-depth game that you can do so much. You know, you don't want to start a project building a new bot that looks like a Terminator, or building, you know, something that flies and not finishing it up. So let's see, where are we going? We're going in this direction. All right, Crafty Mike, here we come. That is another reason I didn't charge up my batteries 100%, is if we're going after Crafty Mike, not really completely 100% necessary that we actually you know, get into any fights. We might get in a fight here and there along the way, but it's not going to be a constant thing. It's not going to be like we're going after a target with the other one. So we don't have too many batteries yet. Again, that's another thing that we're trying to save up money for. So there's a lot of things we need cash for. And until we get those, we're, you know, not as efficient as we could be. This is a very big bot with a lot of shields and repair bubbles, and it goes through power very, very quickly, especially the more we're in combat. So you are dead. Oh, yes. GSO license upgrade 3. Nice. So we get the 3 block for the GSO. We get the hub wheel, and we get the spotlight. Nice. And they gave us, oh my god, yes. They gave us wireless chargers, which is going to come in very handy for our longevity as charging things up. We do not have to sit there very much. Hey, what is this? What is, oh, nice. Okay. That is a, you know, it elevates, it raises up the GSO up conveyor, I guess is the simplest way of putting that. It raises up the resources so that they can come from a lower level if you want to build something that is a multi-stage. So I've seen people in the past build these giant kind of cranes that allow you to have multiple levels, each level doing one thing. So one level will, you know, refine resources. The next level will, you know, combine the unrefined and refined into new blocks, and so on and so forth. It's a really, really cool process. And if you do it right, not only does it look cool, but it operates extremely efficiently. So that could definitely be something we mess around with there in the future. Now that we have access to it, now is our point to come over here and see what we can get off of the base. Is this our base? It is now. So we'll snag all of this. Yeah, we're going to definitely snag all of this. Okay, so we're going to put all of this in the center. One thing that we have been getting a lot of are the receivers that we technically don't really need a whole bunch of, but you never know. So if you have your SCU, this is where it comes in handy. You can just kind of store it for later, and if you need it, you have it. You don't have to go out and buy it anymore. But if you go ahead and sell these things, you might end up regretting it and have to buying them again, and you don't normally make as much money off of these things anymore as you used to. Used to be a 1-to-1 ratio, and of course the game was in development a lot back then. It still is, but I think they were giving you just that tiny bit of wiggle room to explore and play around with blocks, buying and selling and all those other things, just because they wanted to make sure that you had the ability to get the block, mess with it, and if you didn't like it, sell it without a loss. Now they're going more into trying to create an environment where it feels realistic, a realistic environment where there's gain and there's loss, and you got to make sure that before you buy something or before you sell it, you are very sure you're not going to need that item down the road. And once you get that SCU, I think that's kind of why they're giving it to you late. They're giving it to you in stage 4 of your GSO, because they want to make sure that you've kind of already learned those lessons before you get the benefit of like, oh, now I can just store everything. I don't have to really worry too much about things like that. I do like how they put this guy over here, and he's called Crafty Mike, and he has, I think, some weapons on him. So maybe he can protect his own base from getting destroyed, because I imagine if it doesn't have anything on it, this thing would eventually get destroyed, or could. Perhaps you could attach that filter to my base. Now, this is the problem we were having before, is every single time I tried to attach the filter to his base, it was kind of glitch out. There we go. What's that, kiddo? What does that filter do? The clue is in the name, of course. It's a conveyor which filters chunks. So some chunks are passed on to it while others ignore it. Why don't you try it out for yourself, kiddo? Yeah, we definitely will now that it's working, man. Drag the fiber wood chunk directly onto the filter. Fantastic. So why would we need to filter a specific chunk? Kiddo, I thought you'd never ask. Special delivery incoming. Mind your head. You know the drill. And there it comes, right over there next to my will. Let's see. Is he going to give me the item? I think he is. Burning through the sky. It's the furnace generator. Oh, right. This is where we can create energy for ourselves. The furnace generator uses fuel. It even works during the long, cold nights, which is definitely something we've been needing on our bot. Won't let me connect it. Attach the furnace generator to the base if you'd be so kind. Oh, okay, so that's why it wouldn't let me connect it to my... Come on. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I glitched it out because I tried to attach it to mine. There we go. Alright, the fiber wood powered up the batteries and the shield nicely. We need to keep the generator stocked up with fuel, though. So we need to go get some more of that. Attach the receiver to the end of the conveyor line. Watch the filter go to work on these assorted resources. So I guess he's going to drop some resources off, and we'll see how it will pick all these things up. And only the wood will pass through. So this will be another thing that we can kind of sit there and mess around with, because we can have our wood go through one, we can have certain pieces go through another. So the filter passed all these, let everything else carry on towards the silo. I'll let you into another one of my little secrets, kiddo. The generator doesn't only use fiberwood for power. It can use fuel-type resources, too. Yeah, and you're not necessarily always going to want to use those, but it definitely can. Right-click and hold over the filter to open up the filter menu. Now hover over the Filter Fuel Chunks Only button and release the right mouse button. So, let's see. Filter everything, filter nothing, filter Fuel Chunks Only. That's the one it wants us to click on. Filter refined chunks only and filter unrefined chunks, or we can actually come in here and choose very specific chunks to filter out of all of them. So if you didn't want to use like let's see, where are some of the other ones, like I think it does the Olite jellies, which are used in some other resources, then you may not want to use that one. So and that's it, guys. That is the end of that little tutorial. Take a look at some of the other resources that can be used as fuel. And you'll see right there which ones are going to go through and which ones will not. So yeah, there's the Olite jelly. There is something else going through that one as well. This one, let's see, what is that one called? That one is carbonite ore. So carbonite ore can be used as fuel. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. We'll take that one off for now. Mission complete. Let's drag that over there. I want to keep that. Okay, so now we can take this base back with us. Yeah, baby, we're going to be able to mess around with more conveyors, and that is going to be a boon. And I think we have a little bit of money. We could always buy some more. So if we're going to be putting these on there and kind of messing around with it, we might as well buy a few more. Let's get all these picked up. Man, we got a lot of junk to go through. So I think I'll do that next, actually, guys. We're going to go back and mess around with the base. Now, I will probably record that on the next episode, so if you guys aren't really interested in seeing an entire episode of base building, then go ahead and skip the next one. But I'm going to show it because a lot of you guys have made requests asking that I show that from now on, so I don't want to disappoint any of you guys. It is a little bit of a, just kind of trial and error. You throw something in there, see how it works, and hopefully it ends up doing what you want it to do, but it doesn't always do that. So your SCU storage device was damaged in the crash. We've dropped another one near your location. Report back when, oh yes, we're going to go get that first. We're not ending the video until we get our SCU. So let's click up here, SCU storage device, set as current. We'll get 1,000 experience points, 250 block bucks. So we're actually making money off of that, and we're going to get our SCUs. So which direction is it in? It's behind us. Alright, let's do this. Let's book it back. Hopefully we do not get into any fights, because I have no power whatsoever to speak of. I could use the generator to create a little bit of fuel off of these pieces of wood out here, but we're not going to do that one just yet. We got to do one crafty business. So, yeah, we got another crafty one that we could do maybe on the way back if it's not too far away. That is another one that we don't need shields for, so that's definitely something we should be able to handle. We also got our wireless chargers, which means I don't necessarily have to put my my batteries down every single time now to charge those up. That is also going to help us out, so we don't have to wait so long. But we only have one, so yeah, we're going to have to buy some more. We have 6,616 block bucks. That's not a whole lot of money. So in the end, what I may end up doing is messing around with the base. And once I have the base set up, I can make batteries out of the resources. And we actually have the resources to make the batteries fairly close by. That's something we were messing around with. This looks like we're going to have to get into a fight right there. So let me go ahead and put this down here real quick. We'll throw on our wireless charger right there. And we'll throw on our batteries so that these can charge up at the same time. Now, there is only so much power to be had from these solar reactors because there's only 2 of them. If you had more than 2, you would be able to throw out a lot more power towards your bot with the wireless chargers and power up those batteries. As you can see, the batteries really aren't charging up, and that's because most of the power, if not all the power, is being shot over to my bot right now. So we're going to go ahead and attack these things. This little guy, who's going to go straight for the back of my bot. I already know where he's going because he's going after this little dude. So we'll take that off. And now he's not sure what he's aiming at. He's going after my will, but that's alright because, we're doing some damage to him. And eventually here he's going to die. You can see it right there. They're going right after his cab. So he's not going to last too much longer. But yeah, they definitely go after the piece of your base that is the most vulnerable. And the cab is definitely the one priority they have above all else. If they see the cab, that is what they're going to hit. So yeah, kind of keep an eye on that, guys. That is stuck in there, and now we don't want that there. Alright, what else do we have? We've got some blocks here we'll definitely take while we got the opportune time to do it is when you see it. Something you like, go ahead and snag it. Let's go ahead and put this here. I do hate that we have to kind of like sit here and wait for it, but we got something over there. It looks like the SCU just sitting there. So now that we got a little bit of power, we're going to go ahead and just head on over there now that we've taken that guy out of the way. But a little dude like that you may not think is going to be a big deal. It actually does end up being a pretty horrible thing to run into a battle without any power. Because a little dude can control you, man. He can run around you, get underneath your wheels, and your weapons just have a really, really hard time getting him. So now that we got this, wow, this is a lot bigger radius, I think, than it's had in the past. Or maybe I'm just closer to it than I remember. But let's see. Let's move back over here towards this direction and see if when we put it down, we can at least pick up a few objects, our very first objects. And if it is going to work the way it used to, we'll just go ahead and throw our base pieces in there to kind of get away of all this clutter that is in our bot right now, which we don't necessarily have to have up. So let's throw that there. Oh, great. We're going to have a battle coming in here on both sides. So that's exactly what we wanted. And it's going to go straight after my SCU, so that's not going to happen. We're going to go ahead and pick that back up. Let's see if we can take the other guy out real quick. He is dead. Yes, he's flashing. There he goes. All right. And we got another one. There, you're gonna die, my little friend. Not much left of the entire area, though. That kind of sucked. Okay, let's put this here. We'll get rid of this one. This is an extra one. We'll get rid of all these pieces right here as well. These tiny ones. And if you want to throw a cab in there, you have to actually put it on top of the thing so it will suck it in. You can't just throw those on the ground because those are technically... Yeah, you know, the moment a cab is put on the ground, it is a bot, and it doesn't suck up bots. Otherwise, that might be kind of annoying. So it is kind of a drawback. It does kind of suck that, you know, there's no way to make sure that it can, but it's such a small little thing that happens so rarely, it's really not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and throw these things out there. The big ones, too. We can suck up all of these as long as they're not anchored. There we go. Come on, get all this in there. Get in my belly. Oh, yeah. No, that's not what we wanted. Come on. There. It gets kind of hung up when there's a lot of stuff going on the screen, which is why it's nice if you don't have a, you know, completely state-of-the-art computer or something along those lines, that you make sure that the clutter, you know, the stuff that you don't absolutely have to have on your bot at that time is thrown in here. Again, this takes a little bit of doing right now because we've been holding on to stuff for so long that we have so many things to throw in there. But later on down the road, when you see something that you like, you don't even, you know, pick it up and put it on your bot unless it's just like one or two things. You just throw your SCU down and you're just ready to go. Like, it just sucks all that stuff in. So this kind of process where it takes this long, not really going to be a thing anymore. So let's go ahead and put that there. Let's come into here and do Crafty Mike's business. And hopefully we can get there with no trouble whatsoever. Maybe. Could be a thing. And we're going to make this episode a little bit longer today because I did miss out on providing so many episodes for you guys for so long that I want to give you guys something, you know, really good to watch. So you guys can come in here and sit back and put a bowl of popcorn down and watch a decent amount of the video. Next one, oh crap, does that guy see me? I think he might have. Yeah, let's go ahead and destroy him. We should be able to get the first shot on him, and that might... Yeah, see, look at that. The missiles right there are absolutely insane. Not quite as strong as the other missiles in the game, but they're strong enough. They're strong enough, guys. They do some serious damage. I'm not sure if anything's going to be left of this guy, but he's still going strong. Look at that. All right. Let's go ahead and throw this thing down. We're only going to get a few blocks here, but again, remember, all these blocks that are damaged, when they get sucked up into the SCU, they immediately get healed. I don't know what the reasoning or the storyline behind that is. I guess it would make sense. It's getting like sucked into a black hole and stored someplace, so you would imagine there's power to be involved here. It would be interesting, albeit a little bit harder, if they made it where there had to be power connected to this. And the more power connected to this, maybe the faster it went. But then it wouldn't be as easy to kind of just throw down and forget about, come back and have all the stuff picked up. Like, you'd have to throw, solar reactors or batteries. Maybe throw a whole bunch of batteries connected to it. And then again, you're getting into the whole aspect of having that stuff ready to move at a moment's notice. And some people don't like that. Some people like having their batteries stuffed underneath a whole bunch of blocks, out of the way, out of sight, because you can do wireless chargers after a certain point. So again, maybe being able to use wireless chargers to charge that up in reverse would be an interesting way of doing that. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think I've heard anybody actually ever mention that before, but I wouldn't mind seeing something like that, because it has to charge up, which means I imagine it's using power. And if it's using power, everything in this game that uses power has to be supplied power by something. And that's one of the difficultness, challenges of the game is providing that power. I'm hoping he's right there, because it says he is, but I don't quite see him just yet. Oh, there he is. Okay. He was kind of too far out of my view to be able to see. Let's see. You are not a threat way over there at the moment. This way, kiddo. Advanced crafting base. Nice. Crafting Mike at your service once more. Well, actually, maybe you can be at my service for once. I've been helping you out, man. I'm in need of some resources. Rubber jelly and plumbite ore, 4 of each to be precise. Just jump them into the silo once you found them, kiddo. All right, so we need to get rubber jelly and plumbite ore. Let's see, what if we back this up a little bit, let these get unloaded, and we'll take this guy out because we need to make sure he doesn't come over here and troll this base even a little. Now, my missiles aren't quite able to reach, but then again, neither is his weaponry, so I'd rather stay out of his range and make sure I take no damage. Now, sometimes you have... oh, look at that. He got popped in the butt by that missile. Let's back it up a little bit, see if we can get in there. He's taking some serious damage, but he's handling it fairly well. Come on, get in there. Oh, yes. I love the way the missiles look, even if they're not quite hitting the object that you want them to. Just the look that they give is pretty cool. We're going to leave those there. Just 2 wheels is not worth it. Okay, so we need some ore and we need some jelly. You would think that they would put those nearby, but you have to remember that a lot of the time, this is just a random area that it throws it on the map. And the map itself can be vastly different depending on where you're at. So when you come in, it gives you a seed. That seed is defining what resources are on the map and where they're on the map in that area. Can we destroy this tree without destroying all these things? I don't know if we can get up this hill anymore. We'll give it a shot. There we go. So when you do create a bot that is for harvesting, one of the best techniques I have ever found is to make sure that your receivers or your harvesting tractor pads are on all sides, so that when you fire and you destroy things, you don't have to like reverse into them like I'm doing, because all of my stuff is in the back. You can just kind of plow right through everything, and as you do that, you will get the ore automatically sucked up. It's absolutely fantastic when you can do it that way, and it saves you so much time and so much effort trying to do it any other way. But it does make your bot a little vulnerable, because instead of weapons in every area, you have, you know, your tractor pads or your receivers, and that kind of does, you know, it makes your bot very weak and easily destroyed. So you want to make sure it's in an area that you have guard towers or guard posts up, and so what I'll end up doing is I'll put like a line of guard towers in an area so that my bot can kind of stick to those. If he gets attacked in any way, shape, or form, there we go, we got some jelly or harvestable. So we're actually doing multiple quests at the same time. Ooh, that landed right on my bot, and until it gets done doing its thing. I do like how it's giving us multiple things now. Okay, go ahead and disappear, dude, because I can't move until you disappear. There you go. He's finally gone. Now we're going to pick all this stuff up. What is this? This is a geocore fabricator. Nice. Okay. Those are not cheap items. Come on. Pick up. There we go. You're doing it. All right, guys. Well, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is in the episode here, I am going to keep looking around for the pieces that we need. I think we have a good portion of them, but we do need a few more. We got the rhodite ore, but we still need some more jellies and some more... yeah, we need a whole bunch of stuff. But as always, guys, I definitely want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoy these episodes, remember, leave those comments down below. I love hearing back from you guys. We will be doing, I believe, 3 episodes this week. Not dailies just yet. We're going to be doing dailies come the beginning of next year. So a couple weeks from now, we're going to be doing the daily series. We're also going to be doing 60 days of brand new games. So if you guys want to see some brand new games coming out, definitely check back. We're going to be doing a lot of those. As always, until next time, guys. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.